All over the world, wildlife are under attack by flooding, drought, and predators. Global forces are threatening whole populations, pushing many to the brink of extinction. But one group of modern-day cowboys is fighting back. Adrenaline-fueled and with lightning speed, this rapid response team captures thousands of endangered wildlife every year and moves them to new areas where they can thrive.
It feels amazing to save animals. It's not just a 9-to-5 job. My name's Trapper Burgett, and I love working with animals. I love being outdoors.
We do conservation work all through Texas, all the way up through Canada, and even in Alaska.
We catch in Australia, Africa, you name it, we can go there and catch it.
A lot of times we're called because there's too many animals on one particular piece of property, or there's too many predators in one area.
They don't have enough food in that area, then they're all going to be malnourished, and eventually they're just going to dwindle away.
Today, the American Southwest suffers under the worst drought since 1917. In Texas, wildlife herds will soon perish without food and water.
We've got good years and bad years. This is, I call it, worst years. This is really bad.
The rancher calls Trapper, and in a few days, pilots and ground crews arrive ready to round up and relocate the at-risk wildlife herds.
I've got to be the control. I have to tell everybody what to do.
Trapper can be an asshole.
Whether they listen to it or not, that's a whole other story.
2 helicopters running equaled up to about $1,000 an hour. You've got 10 people over here. You got another $1,000 an hour going here. We've got to be catching 40 animals an hour. It's time to make the big bucks.
I'm gonna get behind him. Get closer, get closer. Wow, what a shot.
Now is we got the choppers in there, just flushing everything out of the brush, trying to get it out in the open so we can get them to settle down. Oh, hang on, right here, right here.
Over there, there's one. Nice shot. Guys, he's down.
Chasing something that's man against beast, and when you grab a hold of a wildebeest that's 500-600 pounds and you're getting tossed and thrown around and your heart's racing out of your chest.
Honestly, I think it's just like grabbing a big old teddy bear. You just want to cuddle, you know?
Every situation's different, every animal's different. You're trying to tame an animal for a minute that doesn't want to be tamed, but you just do your best and treat that animal with all the respect that you have.
These animals are alive, they're active. We are doing no harm to them whatsoever. And there's no fight or flight, because if you fight, you're going to get your ass tore up.
After the catch, some animals receive medical care immediately.
We're going to give him some vitamins, just to give him a head start in the real world.
Others are kept temporarily and cared for until they are fully recovered.
It's a drug that's been used quite extensively in human medicine as an anti-anxiety medication, and we found applications for it in wildlife medicine as well. All it does is simply take the edge off of them.
You have to have a lot of heart in this job. You have to put everything you've got into it. You've got to leave it all out there.
Trapper's been a good friend of mine now for 8 to 10 years, something like that.
Zach is a rookie. He's also my niece's boyfriend.
If anything ever happened to my girlfriend, I'm quite sure Trapper would come at me with a tranquilizer gun or trying to tie me up or something.
To do this job, you have to love animals.
Eventually, all of the rescued wildlife are transported and released back into safer and healthier habitat.
Okay, what we're releasing in here is Grant's gazelle. The predators kept eating their babies and eventually killed the male that was in there. We thought this one was dead because we couldn't find her, and then we found her today. We feed them a lot of alfalfa and pellets and stuff so we can start having babies and saving the babies and, you know, get the numbers back up.
Teaming up with Wildlife Services, Trapper and his crew also capture diverse species and fit them with GPS collars to help monitor health and migration patterns.
Wildlife conservation is a big thing, and it's an extremely good feeling to know that you're doing something good for animals.
We're not going to let anything stop us from saving these animals. Predators, nature, overpopulation, we're going to do whatever it takes to save these animals.
That's it for today, boys. Let's pack her up.